Well, in the same week that One UI 8 came out, so has One UI 8.5. Well, not exactly, but we have it. Welcome back to Sam Mobile TV. You're here with Daniel. I was going to say you're here with One UI 8.5 because you are. Earlier on, we installed One UI 8.5 onto my S25 Ultra. Wild. It's a little bit buggy. Not everything is working yet, but there's enough here to show the direction that Samsung is making and the visual changes that they are going to overhaul. Let's go through and show you what you need to know. First place to start is the settings. There seems to be a little bit of a different appeal about the settings here. You've got a little bit more rounded corners, you've got a bigger gap in between each of the sort of settings menus, and it just kind of has also a bit of a new sort of feel and animation about it, as well as a search bar down the bottom instead of at the top, which kind of mirrors what they had here when they brought the new vertical app drawer. They put the search bar down the bottom. In terms of what's new in the settings, there isn't a lot. So Galaxy AI hasn't got any new features in there, including no new features to the Now brief. Everything that you've got in here is what already existed in One UI 8. But just the overall visual appeal of the settings menu has changed. It's a lot fresher. When we look at the battery, that's also got a bit of a visual upgrade, as well as the battery icon here in the top corner. It's no longer a battery icon, it's just the percentage. And when we plug it in for a charge, forgive me, this is where the cable is, the animation is still the battery animation from before. It just now retracts into no battery icon, which I found really strange. But then you can just see some slightly different visuals. Other than that, it's the same, but it's just interesting that they've changed the appeal of it. It looks different. Going into things like home screen, there isn't much visual change in here either. It's all really as it was before in terms of functions as well as advanced features. There isn't anything in here that is advanced. The predictive back swipe is no longer a labs feature. It's now default. There was actually one visual change that I noticed in connected devices to do with Samsung DeX. And the Samsung DeX menu has the visual back in it. Whereas before it was just that plain, boring menu. You've got this visual back. Good time to talk about DeX. So I plugged this in to my monitor and got to see what DeX has changed. And the only thing I noticed, apart from the rounded apps that launch, and it only launches in a specific way when you send the app from the phone screen to the DeX screen, but there's also the add desktop feature that came in with One UI 8 on the tablets. It's not working, like at all. It completely crashed DeX when I tried to use it. But the fact that that plus button is there with the add desktop, big fan, looking forward to the final version of that. There's been some visual refresh to some of the apps, like the phone dialer. We've seen this one quite a bit leaked already, where you've got the visual refresh down the bottom here with the phone dialer, which is nice. But also, if we go to settings, there is direct voicemail. When you're unable to answer a call, allow the call to leave a voicemail message. This will hopefully save, and then you've got transcript assist as well. The fact that we have this now is great. It's a long time coming, but it's here. But let's show you this visual change I was talking about. So if I go into the gallery, immediately you notice it. It doesn't look finished unless that's meant to be like that, but you've got the visual change where these icons are now what you swipe between instead of what it was before. And the 3-dot menu is now just those things, whereas before it looked a little bit different. The settings for the gallery has also changed a little bit. You've got some options for viewing, which used to be like Gallery Labs features, but now they've come out. Let's have a look at Gallery Labs actually while we're here. You've got collections, optional categories. This looks like the collections app that has been leaked out that isn't working. But you can see the gallery has substantially changed when it comes to the album look and the feel of it. It does look a lot different now. And even just viewing the photos looks a lot different too. Wow, this is a huge visual change. Oh, there's that as well. That was there in like an early version of One UI 8. The zoom icon, it's back. Even just down to the iconography for the back button up there, it's very iOS-like. Very iOS-like. That same visual change extends into My Files as well. My Files has got a huge upgrade to its visuals, even to the way it functions. You've got the search icon down the bottom there, and it's very different. You tap on internal storage, I go into download, It's just a very different feel, and the interactions are nice too. Wild. One UI 8.5 is a huge visual update. The camera, I'd like to take a look at that. I mean, I have taken a look at that. In terms of the actual UI of the camera, nothing has changed in this part. Everything is still performing. Just as I say that, the resolution toggle option has changed again. It was something different before. I wonder if that's extended into photo mode as well. No, photo mode is still the same. Single take. Let's see if there's any new options in there. No, there isn't. Portrait mode. Doesn't seem like there's any change to portrait mode. Dual recording, still the same as it was. Yep. And the More tab is still the same as it was. I wonder if Expert RAW is working. It's still working. Thank goodness. But the camera app isn't just about this small visual change here to change resolution. The camera app is about what's in the settings. And there's some big changes in here. So all of this stuff is still existing. Photo format is still there. Watermark, it seems as if there's still only this style in this update. Motion photos, there's some motion photo range and feedback and timing toggles in here that were existing in One UI 8 and One UI 7, but it's now sort of much more comprehensive. The video area now has more menu options. So before it was just all under videos, and then you had things like audio settings inside of there too. Now the audio stuff is in its own separate toggle for video, and video format has its own menu for things like log and HDR. Dual recordings gets its own menu option. Save videos to external storage now has its own dedicated menu option out of Camera Assistant. And then you've got down here, which is all the general stuff that's existed before. And as of now, Camera Assistant doesn't have anything new in here. All the stuff that's in here was already there previously. But I do notice a new way of sort of interacting with the settings. You can sort of see how the settings menu kind of flows into itself, which is cool. But the big one you're all been waiting for is the quick panel. And I'm going to make you wait for that, because the notifications, whilst it's not a drastic overhaul, definitely looks a lot cleaner than it did before. I was much more skeptical of what it was like before. Now I really like how it's been sort of cleaned up. Much prefer this over what it was before. There's a bit more contrast going on. But here is the one you want, the quick panel. Because when you swipe up, you now see all these toggles here, and gone is that hideous line from before. But let's hit this icon here. Let's go to panel settings. There's nothing new in here. It's still separate and together as an option. But what we have now is proper customization for the quick panel. So we've got the option to extend things out, and we have a bit of freedom about it. I can make the smart things one a bit smaller if I want to. This is going to be good. This is going to be really good. I still can't delete some things, which is a little bit frustrating. I would have liked to maybe delete some of the things in here. It's not the easiest thing to change either. I can make the brightness toggle a vertical one, and I can also do the same for, let's see if I can bring them next. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Love it. As you can see, Samsung have a bit of work to do here. That just brings up the remote options that I got. Okay. Maybe this one can't change position, which is a bit odd. But here I can go down and I've got all these toggles here. It says out of control, and then the phone is bugged out. Let's try that again. Out of control. Nope. Doesn't like it. So I can't fully customize this just yet. Although, as you can see, there is some really good options here to be able to customize the quick panel. You can delete stuff. So I can delete modes. I don't use it. I can delete nearby devices. I don't use it. Move that up there. I can delete some of this stuff here, these toggles. And then I can maybe rearrange this to be down below because I'll use that more one-handed. Let's take a look and see what I've done here. Okay. Not exactly how I wanted that to go. Move this up here. I do like the idea of this being vertical, but you can't change that. That could be really long. That's crazy. This is crazy. Sorry, I'm just having fun here, trying to figure out how this quick panel customization is going to work. Move that into there. Move that into there. I wish I could add another control. Maybe I'll add, just for visual, add these two up here. Make this all, I can make the extra dim bigger. Oh yeah, of course I can. And eye comfort shield. Oh, of course I can. I can't believe this is One UI. Look at this. Look at that. That is insane. I've got the brightness slider there now. Got the volume control. This is decent. Let's just see what else. Maybe I'll make that go underneath. I'll make that just a little bit bigger. There we go. That's One UI 8.5. That's a customizable quick panel. I can't believe it. That's what we've got now. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of One UI 8.5. There's going to be other things that I've likely missed just because it's so new and we've just got it. But the stuff that's here is awesome. I think you're going to really like the options Samsung are going to give us, like this customizable quick panel. I think that's going to really probably be the big one. Yeah. Yep. Awesome. Other than that, everything else is as is. Samsung haven't really gone and changed too much more yet. Again, because we're not meant to have seen this, there's really no reason for more to be done. Samsung are working on this in the background. Hit subscribe to Sam Mobile TV. Still more to come. And as this gets updated, we'll bring you more news about it too. Go check us out on our website. Go follow us on our socials. And we'll see you guys next time. And thank you for getting us to 200,000 subscribers. Big ups to everyone. Thanks.